BMW parts, $1.99.
Oh my, what is this?
Logan, what do you think about that?
I think we got a lot of work to do now.
Just take Bavarian antifreeze.
Hey, what do you think about this, Justin? You think it's gonna run?
I think this is a gobbled up mess of stuff that I've ever seen in my life.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. We have a brand new project for the channel. Unfortunately, it's a 2008 or 7? 2007. BMW 335 Xi. What I think we're going to try to do first is power it up and maybe just kind of see, I guess, just what it tells us. Maybe put the scan tool on it, see what it says, see what's not hooked up, what's hooked up. There's several things, you know, in the engine bay underneath the car that's not hooked up. It has no exhaust on it. We don't know if it has oil in it or anything like that. So there's no dipstick on these engines, so we're gonna maybe power it up, see if it's got oil in it. If it does, we may try to fire it up and just kind of see what the engine runs like. There is no, let's see, all the boost pipes are off of it.
Yeah, vacuum lines are unhooked right now, so we're definitely going to have some vacuum leaks. It's just a matter of making sure the engine doesn't sound bad.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing.
Yeah, we'd like to know what we got to start with. Hopefully we've got a good engine. You know, we're told that we do. We've seen the paperwork that is an LKQ engine that, you know, was paid for up to the other shop. It was like $6,600 for the engine and to put it in.
Yeah.
So we just like to see where we're at with this engine, and if everything looks good, we may or may not drop the engine out of it, replace some of the things that the other shop recommended, and then, you know, put it back together and get it running again. So
Mosquito.
Oh. Okay, that's what we've got this far. We've got the car powered up. We may put it back in park. We're gonna cycle through some of the settings here, maybe. I'm sure it's gonna have a slew of lights on. Imagine that, about all of them. This says oil okay.
Oil okay?
That's all it says. So we're going to look a few more things over, see if we still feel comfortable hitting the start button on this thing. And
maybe try to hook up a few vacuum lines if we decide to do that.
Yeah, so we're going to look that over and go from there. Here's what we got under the hood of this beast. The big twin turbo N54 3.0. Radiator fans are out of it. Several coolant hoses not hooked up. Several vacuum hoses not hooked up.
All the charge pipe, intercooler piping, all that stuff.
Yep. So we might try to hook a few of these things up that may help it run a little better. And maybe try to start it. Alright guys, so we got airbox on. We got some intercooler piping hooked up. We're going to slap the intercooler on the bottom of this thing. We have hooked up some vacuum lines. Every one that we've seen that is unhooked, with a little bit of knowledge of what we have of these, and which should be a lot. As many as we've owned, this should be a lot. So yeah, we're going to put that intercooler on, and we may get the scanner out, clear everything that's on it.
Yeah.
And see, we'll scan it again, see what maybe open circuits we have, and go from there. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
All right, we'll get it in there. Hey, nice of you to join us.
BMW parts, $1.99.
$1.99?
$1.99. Right. The core charge was 22. I didn't have a core, so we didn't get a charge.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll get that money back.
Y'all got it running?
Hey,
Yeah, we're ready to start it. We've been waiting on you.
I'm glad you showed up.
I'm glad to be here.
Only, you know.
It's just 3 hours late.
Yeah, this is 3 hours late. Better late than never.
Better late than never.
Most important thing, you showed
show
up
them all this
with
stuff
the parts
down here.
man. Don't worry.
I hope that battery
This
will work.
charger burned up. He was smoking in the car. That one right there, not too sure what's going on with it. The battery's definitely toast. So Justin bought us a brand new, what is this thing? A nice die-hard
Silver.
silver. I'm sure that's quality. $200 worth of quality.
$199.79.
So we're gonna get this sucker installed and maybe start the car. Not too sure. It's doing some funny stuff. It seemed like the fuel pump was maybe running all the time, but we did find on the ECU that it wasn't plugged in well. There's some connectors off that wasn't plugged in well, so we got those on. Everything is plugged in that we know of. So we're gonna try to put that battery in, turn the key on. Maybe the windshield wipers won't start and run this time and not turn off. So we'll see.
There's something.
So Justin wants to unplug something to keep it from starting.
I think.
And I'm waiting on him to come up with an idea on what we should unplug.
This gobbed up mess of spaghetti over here. Just hit the key. Well, we can turn it over by hand.
Turn it over by hand? What's that gonna do?
It's going to determine if it's locked up before we hit the start.
We don't even know if it has oil in it for sure.
If it's locked up, it doesn't matter. Just hit the start button.
It's got 2.17 inches of oil in it. It should be okay.
According to the scan tool, yes it does.
If it takes off, just get out and let it run.
Oh,
Don't worry, the door's locked. Luckily I left the window down. We're in.
is it gonna start? No.
Is it going to smoke? Oh,
First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the ignition on.
Oh, that's great. I don't think that's normal.
There goes the water pump. What's not normal?
The headlights look like they're strobe lights.
That's normal.
It was temporary.
The water pump's still going.
Yeah, we're definitely running the water pump dry.
Well, it's drying. So.
It's probably not good on a water pump.
Probably not.
It's not good on a pool pump. It says oil okay.
There's a difference.
Hit it.
Hit the gas.
Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do if it starts?
He's already run it before. Just let it run for this.
He probably had the water pump and oil in it.
Nah. That's the technicality.
Start it.
Oh God. Here we go, first start. All done! Booyah! Booyah! So it is in limp mode. We gotta figure out what's in.
I think it's in race car mode, to be honest with you.
That did sound like it's in race.
It sounds like
it's in race car mode.
It sounds like Kingsport Speedway.
Well, I ain't never heard one start so fast.
I mean, really, it did start fast.
It didn't sound like it was missing. I don't know why it's in limp mode. We're gonna have to do a little investigation on that.
I would assume there's something not hooked up.
Good assumption.
What did he say that boost on thing was?
I don't know. Let's look it up. A code 3100. Look at them on their phones over there.
What's that? Is that coolant?
Yes.
Probably.
Actually, it looks like the same oil that was out there.
What'd you say? It
Don't
was
worry.
3100?
We got a few codes present.
How many you got?
Exhaust fan. Oh, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What was it? Code what?
So we're gonna look these up
3100?
and see what they mean. Okay guys, we had a few codes on here, one being what, for the Vanos?
Yes.
And it was in limp mode, I think because of that. So all we done, it was the exhaust Vanos, which was this one, pulled it out, I cleaned the connector, I cleaned the solenoid inside. We've already started it once, we got no codes, we're gonna show you right now. Well, we got codes. Well, we're not in limp mode anymore.
Yeah, not bad. All coolant related.
Yeah, no more Vanos.
You ready to hear 6 cylinders of fury?
Hit it.
And no exhaust?
Oh, let me put the key in.
Hit it.
Oh yeah. We're out of gas.
Is it?
Yeah.
Logan, what do you think about that?
I think we got a lot of work to do now.
Hey, I'm happy with
A
it.
little detective work goes a long way. A little bit of
right.
cleaning.
Hey Justin, let's tell them what the plan is from here
All right, with the hose.
with everything.
With everything. So what we got it running. It runs good from what we can tell. We got a lot of codes for the coolant. So we're gonna go ahead and try to tidy up some of the stuff on that. So we're gonna put the fans in, gonna hook up some of the coolant lines that we can get to, check everything else that we see visually, try to hook it back up. And we've got one line on the bottom side that's pinched. So we're gonna try to drop one of the bolts in the subframe, pull the line out without ripping it. It may be a little problematic, but I think we can get it. And then the rest is just tidying up, see how it goes, and see what codes we get. And
yeah, so we're hoping the few codes that we have left, which is 3, will maybe clear once we get that coolant in it and get everything circulating. We got 1 code for the fans; they're not even in it. So we're going to try to get everything that we can think of put back together the way it should be, and start it up, prime the system, maybe see what we got.
Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're a lot better than we were before.
Yep, that's the plan. Justin, how's our progress?
All right, man, we're doing good. Check it out. Fans in, several of the hoses hooked up, got our charge pipe, got our other charge pipe, got a majority of the coolant lines hooked up. Logan's working on the reservoir. We gotta
get a clip for the throttle body. It wasn't on the car, so
yeah, we need a clip. Gotta fix a broken line. I think this is for the AC. AC says. And other than that, we're getting close to maybe bleeding the system out and seeing where we stand on overheating issues, if there's any, or other leaks or problems. So we're making progress.
Yep, looking good.
All right, Casey's filling it with some water. It's distilled straight from Food City. And we are missing a couple of clamps, throttle body and intercooler.
Yep.
So we can't take it for a test drive, but we can start it.
We can start it. We can bleed it and make sure it ain't got no leaks. Let it run a little longer than we did last time. See, Justin's done a great job.
Justin installed the air box.
It's perfect. It's just a little crooked.
Factory fit.
Hey Logan, you run to Food City and get us some more water.
Yeah, I'll do that real quick.
Here, we're still recording. All right. Hey, Logan's going to Food City.
I'll be back.
I think I already heard a leak.
Oh no, don't see that. Oh no, it's dry as a bone down there. Hey, what do you think about this, Justin? You think it's gonna run?
I think this is a gobbled up mess of stuff that I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, well, we're getting it straightened out.
It did run, so that's a positive. It sounded good. I think it'll run better once we get the coolant and stuff in there, clear some of the codes. But overall, I think it came together nicely with what we had.
We did have to find some bolts because we were missing some, but luckily we got a stockpile.
Yeah, Logan keeps a good variety of every bolt known to mankind.
Yeah, Justin tried to put some deck screws in it, but we went away from that and we found some of the correct bolts.
Everything looks good.
Yeah,
We'll bleed it out and put some more water in it and see what it does. We'll bring you back when we get it running.
Look here, Logan's already back from Food City.
It's a quick trip.
Got the water.
I've already taken the top off.
So without the top on it. Oh, this water is temporary, by the way. If everything looks good, no leaks, we'll drain it back out. We'll put some distilled water in it.
You
We'll put some distilled water in it and some antifreeze. Oh my! What is this?
A homemade funnel?
There's no way this is gonna work. I've never seen this before.
How you like that?
I'm actually impressed.
Yeah. Hey, look here. Keep going. Keep going. You got this.
All the way up to the top.
Oh, this is good.
Hit that hood.
Oh, no, you're getting shaky. Oh,
You got tickled.
he's trying to go back there. Hey, excellent job, Justin.
We will have leaks underneath now. That's just.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's that?
That's what tells you how full it is. Hey, we need to open the bleeder screw.
Is it flathead or filled?
Where's that at?
Yes.
Oh, right here.
Okay.
Do we need to put the cap on it?
No,
Really?
not right yet.
Well, how's that going to bleed?
Not right yet. You pour water in it until water comes out the hole.
You hear that?
You hear that?
That's where I blew in it.
Yes, Justin did pressure test it.
This hose? Custom?
Just take a special.
Oh yeah, this is a temporary hose. We didn't have the one.
No, aftermarket.
This is the aftermarket hose, but we'll get the OEM version.
Just take Bavarian antifreeze.
Okay, you guys have seen this on the channel before. We are going to attempt to bleed the system. Turn the heat on, hold the gas to the floor for like 20 seconds.
So, sounds like it's running good. So far so first part of it. We did get it bled out. Everything looked good on that aspect, nothing leaking. It took about 9 minutes. I think you caught it right when it fired up there. So checking a couple things out right now. You can check it out inside. Running some diagnostics codes on it. What do you think? Sounds good.
Okay guys, that's going to be it for this video. The main thing tonight was to get this thing running. We wasn't sure whenever we bought this thing if the engine was good. We wasn't sure if we was going to have to drop the engine out to replace some stuff like turbos or things like that, but and we ran it a good while. We got it warm. Everything looks pretty good. We've just got some small things left. Wheel speed sensors. It needs an exhaust. We have no exhaust for it. A few other little small clips and plugs and things like that, but for the most part, everything's good. I think the only check engine light we have left is maybe an O2 sensor or something like that, so nothing major. So, not too bad.
Got to order some parts. Got Labor Day coming up, so hopefully we can get them in before next weekend. And if we can get them next weekend, maybe throw them on and get it buttoned up.
Burn the tires off of it's what we're gonna do.
All right, it's going to be it for this episode. Like, comment, and subscribe.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
See ya!